welcome. Happy Wednesday. This is a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. It's Judith, as I just said recently, like 2 seconds ago, but now we're recording. So we use a yoga mat. You can substitute a yoga mat with a folded blanket or maybe a beach towel on a carpeted surface, not tile or wood, because the joints will not appreciate it on those hard surfaces. These are styrofoam yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could use a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight, maybe some washcloths to soften as you put your hands on top of the cans, but it's just an idea. And then here we have a yoga strap. And this is easy to substitute with a scarf, a dog leash, bathrobe tie, or a belt. I have some padding here. I have a sticky mat, a squishy mat here. I also have a rolled towel, which is like a little fake bolster. But you could use cushions from the bed or the sofa equally. Smaller ones, big ones are a bit cumbersome, so smaller ones. If you should happen to have hand weights, I have a set of 1-pounders. I would recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class. And last but not least, a chair. This is a standard metal folding chair. It's got some nice upholstery on it, which is nice. And then you can have the wide-legged base. No wheels, definitely. And preferably no arms, because sometimes we move side to side in the chair. So do as best you can. And as usual, if whatever's being offered doesn't work for your body, you could modify. I modify because I have a shoulder issue. Or you could do another posture, or you could skip it altogether. So you have options, you are in charge, okay? So let's just start. Let's start with a little march today. We'll take the feet directly underneath the hips. But let's start by lifting the heels left and right, just to get the feet warmed up. Let them know we're coming. And think about spreading the toes wide as you lift those heels. So we're pumping blood into the feet. Big full breaths, and you're just basically shifting your weight left to right, right to left. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. You might want to keep at this pace, but maybe you want to bicycle pedal, a little double time or not, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to stay here, bicycle pedaling here, but maybe you want to start lifting the heels and the feet and the legs. So opposite arm, opposite legs, marching. So the highest you might want to lift those legs would be waist height, nothing higher. Big full breaths. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep marching. And now we're going to do a little bit brain gym here. So we're going to take the feet out, out, in, out, in, in. So let's get started. Out, in, out, in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 4 more if you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to marching in place. Might want to stay here, but maybe you want to come into baby jog, but maybe you don't. You can decide for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow it down, nice and easy. Don't completely stop abruptly. And then you're going to totally bring the legs to stillness. Let's take them about shoulder width apart now with the legs. And we're going to start circling the hips. So if you want to think about inhaling forward, squeezing the navel to spine as you round in the back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center. Giving a breath or 2 here. Circle in the other direction. Inhaling forward. Squeezing the navel to spine as you round in the back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then corkscrewing back to center. Let's move up to shoulders, rolling them forward, up, back, and down. Opening the chest, we tend to fall into bad posture habits, slumping over computers and steering wheels and shopping carts. A lot of activity where we're slumped over. So think about opening the chest and squeezing those shoulder blades together. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go in the other direction. Remembering to fold in that breath with the movement. LSD breaths, long, slow, and deep. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and then shake out the arms. You can rotate that bone, that humerus bone, into the shoulder girdle. We're producing our own synovial fluid by moving the joint. So let's keep the feet about shoulder width apart, soft knees here. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. Exhale, press the arms down by the side of the body, soft knees. Inhale, up. Exhale, press. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Relift the arms up to the sky. Now it's as you're climbing that invisible rope, the ladder, whatever, and you're trying to keep the chest squared to the front of your screen or your space. So you're not torquing off left or right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's take the arms out to the side. Maybe the legs want to come a little bit wider. From here, inhale, halfway down with a flat back. So the arms can extend to the side walls. If you need more support, hands could rest on thighs. Think about engaging the belly here, extending the arms or not. Crown of head lines up with tailbone for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands can float down now to the mat. If the hands don't reach the mat and you have blocks, you could bring the floor closer to you, or you could move the chair around facing the chair seat and place your hands on the chair seat. So now we're in a wide leg forward fold. Let's shake the head yes. Big full breaths here. Shake the head no. Maybe some Mr. Ed lips here. And maybe this feels like a nice place to sway back and forth. Make sure the knees track over the toes here and try and stay in that same plane. So you're not lifting up in the center if you can avoid it. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Again, we're still in a wide leg forward fold. Hands can rest on mat or block. Knees track over toes, big squat. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs as you bow to your block or your mat. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. I'll try 8. Do as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1 here. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-straighten those legs. Nice and easy. Hands can come to thighs. Let's float the torso up, back is flat, nice and slow. So you avoid the head rush, roll the shoulders when you hit the top, and then heel toe feet together or step the feet together. Very nice. And then coming back up to standing, just noticing, just taking the hands by the side of the body here and noticing where the energy has moved just from these few movements. So from here, let's lift the heels, little quarter of an inch, maybe half an inch. So here we work on bone density, and then we can start pounding, shaking like a tree in the wind, bouncing for 8, 7, let the body move you, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then slowly de-escalating with the heel bouncing, working on bone density. And you're also strengthening the feet, the ankles, the Achilles tendon, things that will help with fall prevention. Great idea. Okay. So I'm going to use the chair for support. You might have a wall that you could use or a piece of furniture that doesn't move when you push your weight against it. So from here, the leg closest to the chair is the right leg, your right leg. I'm going to flex the left foot. The leg stays straight. And I'm going to start swinging that leg forward and back. You only need it high. No, don't lift it higher than waist high. But whatever your optimum lift is fine. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly come down. Don't just abruptly stop. And then that foot comes to stillness. Let's shake out both of the legs. And then the weight will be again in the right leg. Let's lift the left heel this time and start circling the ankle. So you're standing tall on the supporting right leg. You're letting that ankle joint initiate the movement on the left side for 4, 3, 2, 1, and going the other direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Shake out both legs. And now, again, weight in right leg. Lifting that left knee. Little pumps with the knee for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put it down. It's okay to say, we're all muted. So shake out those legs. Let's go to the other side. So now your supporting leg will be the left leg closest to your chair or your support. You're going to flex the right foot. You're going to keep the right leg straight. And you're going to start swinging that leg forward and back. Only bring it to waist high, if that's available, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly de-escalate, very slowly. Don't just stop abruptly. Shake out the legs and the feet. And then one more time, the weight goes in the left leg. Lift the right heel, spread the toes wide. And now we're using that right ankle joint to initiate the movement. The rest of the leg just is passive and goes along for the ride. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then circling in the other direction, lubricating all the joints, all the cells in that foot and ankle, and then bringing it down to stillness. Let's shake out the legs and the feet. Again, weight goes in the left leg. Float that right knee up. Little pumps, only to waist high for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that leg down, shake out the legs. It's okay to say ow. Go ahead and move the chair off to one side for now. Maybe you want to have a block handy just in case you need some support, or that reversed chair so you're facing the chair seat. We're going to take the legs wide, 30 to 45 degrees. Knees always track over toes. Hands on hip crease or waist as you inhale, big squat. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stay down here. Hands can be placed on thighs. It's not a death press, okay? And then we're going to tilt the torso forward. So from crown of head to tailbone, the torso is parallel to the earth. You're going to migrate right shoulder over to left knee. It won't get there, but you get the idea. So now you're looking over your left shoulder. Meanwhile, the right hand presses into the right thigh. The right thigh presses into the right hand. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back through center, parallel with the earth. Now right forearm rests on right thigh. Left hand presses into left thigh. Left thigh presses into left hand. Now you're looking over the right shoulder to the wall behind, and you're also experiencing that isometric press on the left. Looking over the right shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now on your own, at your own pace, start moving side to side, opposite shoulder to opposite knee, or in that direction. It's not going to get to the knee, but that's the idea. And you're squeezing the abs as you move from side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center. Torso floats upright. Hands rest on thighs. Straighten the legs. Ooh. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. Let's keep the feet about shoulder width apart. And let's just start swinging those arms like empty coat sleeves. Yes. So I'm tapping directly under the collarbone. You can tap with a soft fist or with the heel of the hand. Tapping on the lung point in the front, that's in reflexology, for 4, 3, 2, looking over the shoulder, and 1, keep turning and twisting. Pat yourself on the back. That back part of the lung point we were just tapping on in the front. So you're actually tapping yourself on the shoulder for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep turning and twisting. Now, patting the front of the torso. So the hand in the front taps the front. The hand in the back taps up a little higher by the kidneys. You're still twisting, you're still turning. Stimulating, feeding the spine with fresh blood and chi for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly unwinding. Now you're still turning. Now you're not touching the body. Now imagine you're standing in a pool of water and you're moving your hands through that pool of water. You're still looking over the shoulder. You're still moving and twisting, breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then slowly start taking the arms. We're going to take the arms almost like in parallel, but it's not touching the body. So you're stretching side to side, big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, one arm in front, one arm in back, 1, very nice. And then let's slowly, slowly come back to stillness. No rush to get there. And keeping the feet maybe about a little wider than shoulder distance. Let's think about this. Bringing that right hip forward to the side, and then the head and the neck follows. Come back to center. Left hip goes first, head and neck follows. So you're moving from side to side, almost like moving a reed in the wind. So the hip goes first, head and the rest of the body follows. So see if you can get your movement going here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center, see if you can just shake it out. Let's take our little bird beak hands, the 4 fingers together meets the thumb. And let's take it right there underneath the collarbones, just where we were working. So the legs can be about hip distance apart. And let's take that left foot slightly farther forward than the right foot, all right? So your right elbow is going to come forward. You're going to do a little rocking motion here, twisting, looking over the shoulder to the wall behind, rocking forward with those elbows, twisting. We'll do 4 on this side and the right. 3, 2, last one, 1, nice. And then coming back to center. Let's take the left foot slightly farther forward than the right. Same idea, leading with the left elbow. You have a rocking motion going. You're still twisting. You're still looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you. Inhaling and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back, feet together. Shake out the arms. Let's take the feet where they were, legs and feet nice and wide. Let's take that right arm and just dangle the arm. Maybe you want to circle the arm. Maybe you want to rest your left forearm on the left thigh. And just stretching out the arm, all the tissue in the arm. And if you're circling, circle in both directions. Giving that arm a shake. And then bringing that to stillness. Right forearm to right thigh. And we're going to start swirling that left arm. It's either circles or little jiggles, anything just to stretch the material, the cellular material out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then coming back to center, let's place the hands on the mat. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Maybe some horse lips, some Mr. Ed. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, yes. And then coming back to center, again with a flat back, rising up, rolling the shoulders, stepping the legs together or heel toeing the feet together. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take a seat on the chair. Hurrah. And if you want to have your props handy, weights, straps, blocks, if you've got them. If not, don't worry. No, you can get by without them. So finding your chair, seat, and if you can place the seat, the chair, the bum onto the chair, closer to the front of the chair seat than the back of the chair seat. So let's keep the legs in parallel. And then maybe slightly widen, not too much. Let's go ahead and take the right hand outside of the left thigh. right hand outside of left thigh, left hand and arm are straight. You're twisting to the left as you scan the horizon with those fingertips. And then you'll come to a sticking point where you can wrap the arm around the back of the chair. And you've got leverage in both of those arms. So everything from the waist down is pointing forward. Everything from the waist up is twisting to the left. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in this twist, but just slightly releasing. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn using the leverage with your arms. Inhale, slightly. Exhale, squeeze and turn. 2 more like this. Inhale and squeeze. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Nice. And then coming out of it, triple slow time, maybe jiggling the shoulders, getting back to neutral. And now the left hand grabs the outside of the right thigh. Left hand grabs outside of right thigh. The right arm, same idea. The fingertips scan the horizon. You twist to the right. Whee! Maybe the side feels different. When you come to your sticking point, the back arm wraps around the back of the chair. Use both hands and arms for leverage. You're looking over the right shoulder to the wall behind you. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's unwind slowly. No rushing, just maybe bounce the legs if that feels good. I'm going to take the chair off to one side here. And this will be called a side stretch. So you're still on your chair seat. See if you can get over to the left. So this left butt cheek is half on and half off of the chair. You're going to either take this left leg and keep it bent, or you can straighten the leg. You can decide what feels right for you. So you've got your chair seat to hang on to. Let's lift that right arm. Inhale, stretch it over to the side. See if you can keep that chest square to the front of your screen so you're not facing the leg, but you're moving outwards so that the chest is square to your screen. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Come back to center. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it away. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it away. 2 more. Bending and straightening. Bending and straightening. And then that top arm flows up. You're going to resist gravity as you drop it down, but you're resisting, you're not flopping. And then you're going to draw that left leg in. Let's come to the center, bounce the legs. And now we go to the other side. So here, the right butt cheek is half on and half off of the chair seat. You're going to keep the pelvis square to your screen, and this right leg goes out either bent, or it can be straight. You can choose. We're going to lift that top left arm. Inhale and exhale. Let's just do some of these. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then we're going to float that arm down. We're going to drag the leg in. And then we're going to bounce the legs. Yes, yes, yes. Let's now, again, closer to the front of the chair seat. The legs can be a little bit wider. We're going to take the torso. We're going to sweep it forward. And then we're going to return it back. Forward and back with the torso. So inhale. Exhale, squeeze the abs as you run through center. Come back up to sitting. Going to the left, squeezing the abs as you come through center. So you're moving from side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. So now to shake everything out, legs. Let's go ahead and here you can sit all the way to the back of this chair seat. So you have some support for the thighs. Let's go ahead and extend that right leg, flex the foot, put it down. Extend left leg, put it down. So we're just stretching the legs out here, just to get a little bit more warmed up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now, extend right leg, keep the foot flexed. Extend left foot, keep the foot flexed. Maybe one arm wants to float up to the sky. Maybe the second arm wants to float up to sky. Staff pose in a chair in yoga for 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze the belly, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms float down, legs can come down. Let's bounce them a bit just to get them a little recovery modem here. And now we're going to take the legs probably as wide as you can go with your chair seat. You're still pointing forward with the legs. You're going to extend the legs one more time. Externally rotate those feet back to center. Internally rotate those feet back to center. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back, slowly lower the legs, bounce the feet, bounce the legs. That feels good. And if you've got a weight or 2, you want to use them for this, feel free. Otherwise, it's a soft fist, no weight, 1 weight or 2 weights in your left hand. The legs are now super wide. You're going to rest your right forearm on right thigh. Let's dangle the left arm here in the center. It's like you're going to drop those weights, invisible or otherwise, but you're not. So it's inhale, arm is straight. Exhale, bring the elbow back like you're pulling your bow and arrow. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. For 8, for as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arm back on 1. You're going to pump here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then the arm makes a right angle now. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Modify as you need for 4, 3, 2. Keep the arm straight on 1. And then slow rainbow arc here. Coming down. And then shaking everything out on the left side. No weight, 1 weight or 2 weights in your right hand. Left forearm rests on left thigh. The right arm is straight, dangling in the middle. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arm back on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. Arm forms a right angle. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten for 4, 3, 2. Keep the arms straight on 1. Half rainbow arc as you resist gravity. Slowly, slowly lowering it down. Very nice. Let's take the legs back together. No weight or one weight in each hand. The palms will face the wall behind you. You're going to tilt forward with the torso about 30 degrees. You're going to lift up those straight arms up to sky. The palm faces the ceiling. So you got that arm higher than your bum. So you're going to pump the arms up to the sky, maintaining this height for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly release, resisting the gravity. You're still going to stay forward with the torso. Now the palms face the midline. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arms up on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, drop the shoulders away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly arms come down. Very nice. Shake them out. No weight or one weight in each hand. Palms face the wall behind you. Let's start on the right. Inhale up to shoulder height only. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale for 8, 7, 6. Use the muscles, not momentum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's okay to say out. Put that arm down. Shake out the shoulders before we go to the other side. The palm faces the wall behind. Arm goes up only to shoulder height. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly coming down, shake out the arms, make a little chicken flapping arms here. Nice. And now we're going to take the palms facing the sky. The upper arms are going to be glued to the side ribs. So it's like you're offering up your palms to the sky here. You're going to keep the upper arms glued to the side ribs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to your neutral pose, and then arms go straight. We'll do biceps on both sides. No weight, one weight, or two weights in each hand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Slow it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forearms will stay parallel to the earth. If you've got weights, you can loosen your grip. Little pumps with the forearms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice, and then slowly release, resisting gravity. Shake out the arms and the shoulders if that feels good. No weight, one weight, or two weights in the two hands. You're going to weave your fingers together. You're going to hold your weights close to the chest. And we're going to start circling with those arms like you're stirring up the witch's cauldron. Some tasty snack for after class. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to neutral. Let's go the other direction. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then coming back to center, you can place your weights off to one side. We'll do one more thing for the chair, then we'll go onto the mat. So let's go over to the right side. And now this front leg, the butt cheek is half on and half off of the chair, so you have more access to your leg. So either with your hand or a strap, grab the shin, the ankle, or the top of the foot, and you're going to draw it back behind you. So you're pressing the left hand into the left foot into the left hand. Big stretch for that left quad, the thigh muscle. For 8, keep that isometric press going. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then releasing that leg slowly. No rushing, assisting the leg back to normal. And then you're going to go over to the left, and the front butt cheek is half on and half off of the chair. If you need to use the strap, you loop it around the shin, the ankle, or the ball of the foot. And I'll use the strap on this side, so you're going to draw the leg back behind you. If you've got your hand there, you're pressing the right foot into the right hand into the right foot. I'm using the back arm for support on the back of the chair. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly release it, stretching out both of those thigh muscles, and then taking your props away, off to one side, moving the chair off to one side, and then we're going to come down onto the earth. So, facing the short end of the mat. Maybe placing blocks, if you've got blocks on a low setting there in the corners, so you know where they are. Nice big inhale up. We're going to face the narrow end of the mat. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This last one will stay down. Inhale, exhale, hands come to mat or blocks. Here you can let the head hang. The feet stay flat while you micro bend the knees left and right, stretching out the low back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come to stillness. Hands go to low blocks or mat as you step back into down dog. And you're going to bicycle pedal the heels, pressing the chest close to the tops of the thighs. Bicycle pedaling the legs, waving your dog tail. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming to stillness. Knees float down to the mat. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. Here's where I take my rolled towel, insert it behind those knees. It creates space so that the bum gets closer to the heels. You get a deeper experience of child's pose. So the arms could stretch forward on the mat, or the arms could be by the legs. Forehead should rest on the mat. If it doesn't get there, stacked palms, resting forehead there. Stacked fists, rest forehead there. Or taking your low block and resting your forehead there. And then once you've organized your best version of child's pose, just allow the body to melt into the mat, dropping into a quiet space inside, noticing where the energy has moved in the body, breathing deeply into the back body. So let's think about the back body as we inhale, lower back, middle back, upper back, noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. Inhale, lower back, middle, upper, noticing the silence at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. One more time, inhale, lower, middle, upper back, noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, upper, middle, lower back, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. And then from here, as you are ready, rising up into neutral table. Here you might want to pad the knees with a little bit of extra padding. It's optional. Just be kind to your knees. We're going to come into neutral table. Hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. But now we're going to take the hands to the upper corners of the narrow end of the mat and circle the hips. So loosening up those hips again, swirling back towards the heels, maybe coming forward, the chest. A couple more swirls in this direction. And then you're going to swing the other way with those hips. It should be well lubricated by now. You can go out dancing with a clear conscience. Let's do two more in this direction. And then coming back to neutral. Let's find our way to sitting. Moving the thumbs off to one side. Let's keep the knees bent, legs and feet in parallel, toes point forward, grabbing the backs of the thighs. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, let's roll it all the way down this time. Drawing the knees into the chest. And maybe rocking side to side. See if you can keep the back of the neck long. It's curved, it's not gonna hit the mat, but just keep the back of the neck as long as possible, so you're not pointing your chin up to the ceiling. And maybe a little rock side to side, east to west would feel yummy. Or you can massage the sacrum, that bony part of the low back. It's like a little salad plate down there. And you can roll around in that. And if you're rolling on your sacrum, roll in both directions. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to neutral. Feet land back onto earth, knees are bent, arms in T position. And we're going to windshield wiper those bent knees side to side, opening up the lower body a little bit more. Nice and gentle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. Maybe the face and the neck look to the right. Now if it bothers your neck to look to the right, skip it. So bent knees are to the left. Now that right hip is open and I'm going to pulse it up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Little pulses there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to neutral. Knees return to the sky. Windshield wiping the knees side to side just to recalibrate. And the next time the knees drop to the right, leave them there. Face and neck look to the left. If it bothers the neck to look to the left, skip it. Now my left hip is going to start pulsing to where the wall meets the ceiling. Little pulses here. getting those hips moving. Nice and rhythmic. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, and then coming back to center. A few more windshield wipers to recalibrate. And then let's bring the knees up to stillness. If you have a block, grab a block. If you're not using a block, palms down underneath the hips to provide support for that low back. So feet press into the mat, lift the hips slowly, slide the low block, only the low setting on the bottom here, down by the sacrum, not up here by the kidneys, all right? Mindfully lift one leg up to sky, mindfully lift second leg up to sky. Arms could be at 30 to 45. Let's flex and point the feet. Let's circle the ankles. Let's spread the toes wide. Keep those feet active. Nice and easy. Inverting the blood flow, helping the lymph move through the body. The lymph isn't responsible for immunity, so it's attacking all invaders. So let's flex the feet as we open the legs wide in a big V. Exhale, point the feet, cross the legs in a scissors fashion. Flexing, different leg in front, pointing. Flexing and pointing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, and then back to neutral. Let's shake the legs here. And now kick yourself in the butt very quickly for 8, 7, pump the legs, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Unwinding slowly. One foot returns to earth, second foot returns to earth. Press the feet into the mat. Lift the hips, slide the low block off to one side. Place the spine down on the mat like a string of pearls. One more time. Draw the knees into the chest. One more time, maybe rocking side to side. And then making any final movements you'd like to make to feel complete. I'm going to do this one. You can join me or not. Right foot comes to earth. Angle the left bent knee out to the side. With a hand or a strap, grab the left foot. Inhale, bend left knee. The knee points outward. Exhale, straighten the leg. Bending and straightening for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rebend. Left foot returns to earth. Leg returns to its normal position. Draw the right leg in, or the leg you didn't work. Angle that bent knee out to the side, 30 degrees. With a strap or your hand, grab the right foot inside or outside. You're going to bend the knee. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rebend. Right foot returns to earth. Let's go completely flat on the back here. The legs are in parallel. Arms are going to stretch over the head. The palms face the midline. Stretch the left hand away from the left foot. The right hand away from the right foot. We're getting a big stretch on both sides of the body here. Oh, big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to neutral. Arms come down to side of body. Arms and legs at 30 to 45. Flat on the earth is Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose. Maybe you want to roll something under the knees to protect the low back. If flat on the back isn't working, return to feet mat width apart, not those knees together like a tent. Restorative rest. If on the back isn't working, roll onto one side. Stack legs and hips. Rest the head on the upper arm or maybe on a block or a cushion. And then if you have an available wall, you might want to put your legs up the wall. Or sit in a chair. Feet flat, palms could face down on the thighs for stability, for grounding. Or the palms could face upward on the mat for receiving any special messages that might come through. And then once you've organized the arms and the legs, allow the eyes to drop closed. Scanning the body for the effects of the practice and breathing into any residual tension that might remain. And now noticing some relaxation, some warmth forming in the feet, the soles of the feet. That relaxation moves into the feet themselves, and then the ankles, and then it moves into the low legs, relaxing the calves and the shins. From there, it moves into the knees, permeating the complex structure of the knees. And then it moves into the thighs, allowing legs and feet to become very heavy. The warmth moves into the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the low back releases. And from there, from the belly, it moves into the waist and torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, spleen, colon, stomach, all the vital organs deeply relaxed. It moves into the chest and shoulders and rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. And from there, it goes into the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the earth below supporting you, the stars, moon, galaxies far above. Noticing the space you've created inside the body and the space around the body. Noticing the whole body together now. The whole body together. The whole body together. And here's a short poem by Mary Oliver entitled Self-Portrait. I wish I was 20 and in love with life and still full of beans. Onward, old legs. There are the long, pale dunes on the other side. The roses are blooming and finding their labor no adversity to the spirit. Upward, old legs. There are the roses and there is the sea, shining like a song, like a body I want to touch, though I'm not 20 and won't be again. But 70, and still in love with life, and still full of beans. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana here for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And if you're on the earth, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.